100%. This highly anticipated showdown, first v second, place in the final on the line this afternoon. That's going to be 4. Kantsakar, just for a moment, will have thought he hit it to the man at backward point, but he got it up and over, and the 50's up.
Back on the field healthy, but these have been 2 very poor deliveries. He's actually lucky that both weren't hit for 4. They wide, they short. And he may well feel that he's a little unlucky, but I disagree. I think they got what they deserved.
Just wonder, could Irie just have finished off Harmeet Singh's set of 4? There's Anil Shah, the injured captain. His right hand is actually in a cast. It's the bone that connects the baby finger down to the wrist. It's suffered the fracture. This one's pumped down the ground, and going to be 4 more. Really good effort out at long off. I think it's McMullen there, but he can't cut it off, and immediate pressure on Naren Soud.
I hope his mouth's okay. He hasn't lost any teeth, because he does well to get there, but then I think he headers it into the bottom corner.
Yeah, good spot. Let's hope he's all right. Might just be a little, hopefully just a tiny bit of damage to the lip rather than the teeth. Nothing worse than seeing teeth impacted. There's been a few famous incidents over the years, mainly when players are batting. But sometimes in the field, you forget sometimes how hard that 5.5 ounces of leather is. So McMullen, body on the line, he has to go off. And remember, it should be an overseas player that has to come on as a replacement fielder for him. So Dilpreet Bajwa will be the Canadian out at long off. That was there to be hit again. Soud has started very shakily. And Harmeet Singh alive to the possibility of an overthrow. Bye is given.
Looking at the pace that the spinners are bowling at here, it does seem as though they're bowling the ball very, very slowly. There's a little bit of turn out there for them. Nothing excessive, but it's the pace. That one a little bit quicker. Yeah, I'm going to miss out on that point around this tournament again, so I'll try and rush here, Lenny. You say that the tournament's going to grow, and I have absolutely no doubt that it will. But grow, we say grow to what point? I think it can grow to any heights, but they may need another venue, because eventually the pitches start to get a little bit tired. There's nothing that a curator can do about it. And so with the 8 teams, oh, well, he does it all the time, doesn't he? He does it all the time. There isn't a game that goes by without Dipendra Singh Airee involved in the field.
Well, we got a public announcement here. Do not run a single to Dipendra Singh Airee. It's that simple. Even without the mix-up, it would have been Harsh Thakur gone for all money. A diving effort, he picks up, throws, doesn't even need the keeper. It's another direct hit. For me, he's the best in the world. That's how good he is in the field. And he's just simply exceptional to watch. He's done it again, the Tiger. Kantsakar has run out for 26. It's 59 for 3. You just cannot take your eyes off him, and fittingly, you're going to love this, HD. I hope we can bring it to you there. In the red scarf and the beige overcoat, that is Mrs. Airee. I had the privilege, the honour of meeting her the last 2 games. I have never met a prouder mother in my life.
Well, you can see where he gets his moves from.
The Tiger is shining. The background story to this young man is really quite remarkable. Comes from very, very humble origins. He's lucky enough to have one of Dipendra's relatives, I think it was a cousin, translate or help translate, because despite my 15 or 20 words of Nepali, I'm not sure I understood what Mrs. Irie was saying, but her sheer love for what her son is doing was overwhelming. As big call this one, Arniko Yadav is going to come up the order. I wonder, is Jimmy Neesham just saying, no, I don't want to come in yet, I have to hold myself back. He will get the left-hand, right-hand combo. And as a consequence, Scotty Kugelheim will return. Starts to the wide down the leg side. How good a piece of fielding is this? And was Harsh Thacker right to say no, there's no run there?
Well, it's only hit just to his left, and you should know the speed that the man has. But what makes it so impressive is the clean gather, the roll, and how quickly he gets back up onto his feet to be able to throw the ball. A lot would still remain prone once they've fielded that cricket ball.
Good hand from Kugelheim. Some in the crowd think it's a catch. Now, that was in super slow motion. Watch it in real time. This is how quickly it all goes wrong. Darted in. Yes, says Kansekar. Sees the dive. Thacker says no. Direct hit, on your way. 1.67 seconds, something like that. It's all over. Split second miscalculation, and you're gone when the Tiger's about. That was a marvellous piece of fielding. Only thing missing from EHD, no somersault. Gonna have to get that out again at some point during the tournament, isn't he?
I think his mom said to him, listen, when I'm in the ground, no somersaults. I don't like that.
Yeah, there is much of the Irie family, including proudest mum in Nepal right now. There she is. It was really emotional the other day, actually, after their 7th game. She came to me and asked, can I bring... I went up to Dippy and I said, your mum wants to see you. Got straight up, ran across, and really emotional scenes as he greeted and hugged his mum. Must be something very special about watching your offspring do what they do, not just on a national stage, on a world stage. Great joy as always here in Nepal. Gully in place now. In comes a catcher, that's Arif Sheikh. This might be a bit quick for Arniko Yadav.
We were talking earlier, Lenny, around the bowlers and about how bowling the best bowlers. I've never quite understood from a batting perspective either that they termed finishers, so they only walk in a certain time. Whereas I would look at the competition, I would look at the team I'm playing against and say, well, hang on, you my best player, Jimmy. You my best player. You going in there. Take your time, but when you're in.
Now, is that a Jimmy Neesham call, or is that a Pabudu Dasanayaka call? Is it a Nasif Sheikh call? How do they come up with that, I guess, makeup of the batting order that clearly, very clearly, has flexibility to it?
Yeah, no idea whose call that is, to be honest. He is ready to go, Jimmy. I remember Lance Klusener, he was so successful as a finisher, and he was reluctant to walk to the wicket as the player until a certain time.
Nobody did it better than Zulu for about, what, 6-7 years in and around the millennium. Neesham is a big fish here, isn't he? I'm not saying it's a small pond. It's not. Been plenty of good players, but Neesham's role and importance was such that if he was there at the death of that previous game when he got 65 off 24, they'd have won comfortably. They'd have won with 9 balls to spare. A lot of pressure on his shoulders when he does get to the crease. Just too quick. 4 consecutive dots. Pressure building in a big way on the bolts. It's time for all the players to have a drink and It'll be needed because it's one of the warmest days of the tournament. The score, 61-3.
The dance cams have been switched on. Bring out your moves. There's no place for two left legs over here. Everyone's in the vibe, and it's a wow atmosphere here in the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium, and they're loving every bit of it as both Janakpur Bowls and Sudurpaschim Royals are playing out an absolute cracker. Monali Patel alongside me, grooving along as well.
It's hard not to groove along. The music's great, the vibe's exciting. She's having an incredible time. The more moves. They really are known for culture, music, beauty. What a wonderful place this is. Nepal Premier League buzzing along.
And I keep saying this, Nepal, you have a heart. From the time we've set foot on Nepal soil, it's been brilliant. Wow, the cricket, the people, the hospitality, the weather, the food. Nepal, on the whole, has been exciting as well. What a contest here, very exciting too in the middle, particularly for the boys in yellow. Raised the bar in the field. Irie has been leading with great example, and his boys have responded, Monali. It's so important your boys respond to the captain's call.
I think it all comes down to the energy that he brings as well. He backs himself and he expects the same thing from his players. Having the expectations, the accountability, and making sure that you live up to those that you're setting for others. 61-3.
Nicely played. Harsh Thakur will have to hold one end. The timing of Nisham's entry will be key over here, Monali. We saw him padded up in the dugout. I feel at the fall of the next wicket he should be right in.
They batted really well in the last game, Jimmy Nisham. 63-3, halfway point. They're going at 6 runs and over. Despite the 3 wickets, that run rate is not bad. They continue the way they're going right now, build another partnership, get themselves in a comfortable position, so when Jimmy Nisham does need to come in, he doesn't have to do too much. He doesn't have to do all the pushing around. He can go and swing the bat.
And that's why that partnership between Kansakar and Thakur was very important. It was worth 22 runs, but it was building up and laying the platform that maybe Nisham would have come and capitalized upon. And all of a sudden, now the hard work in the middle begins.
Alantha, the first one to go today, just 12 off 14, brought up the order again today. The Sheikh 11. That last one you mentioned it, Kansakar, good partnership. He managed 26 off 24, and then a shocking run out.
How well have they bowled? 13 deliveries since the last boundary. You don't want to leave too much of heavy lifting when Nisham comes out to bat.
We're about 64 deliveries in, and there's been 32 dots. That tells a tale. Very accurate with the bowling. Considering this track is very batting friendly, they've done well.
56 deliveries left in this innings. That's more important now. And how much of that will Neesham also get to capitalize upon and make full use of? Just the 4 runs so far in this over. Yeah, Sudurpaschim Royals will not be too disturbed or perturbed about what's happening in the middle. They're happy giving away the singles. 15 deliveries since the last boundary done with over number 11 at 66 for 3. Yeah, interesting call by the bowls to bat first. That's because they've batted most of the times in the second innings chasing. This is only the second time they've been batting first. The projected scores, ideally 150, 170 between that. We saw 170 plus being scored in the previous encounter. So you want to believe there's value for your shots on this wicket, Monali.
Abhinash Bahara coming in for his first over. 7 bowlers used so far. Yes, you get value for your shots, but the other advantage is if you get a big total in this first innings, it puts a lot of pressure when you're chasing. Bahara, best of 3 for 17. 6 wickets so far. Want to try and get that scoreboard pressure for that second innings.
Oh yes, that's where the Chitwan Rhinos caved in as well. Good early call, sent back at the right time, else it would have been another completely terrible mix-up. You can't chance the arm of this man in the middle. You give him one stump to aim at and he'll have a direct hit over there as well.
It's just the effect he has, isn't it? When he's in the field, you will second guess whether you can pick up a run or not. And when he's in there with the bat, the fielders are fumbling constantly because he's always on the charge. And it's almost as if you're out there, you need to know exactly at every single delivery where it is that he's fielding, because you know he'll be in with every single delivery that goes to him.
Very good passage of play here for the Sudurpaschim Royals. Remember, the bowls won the toss, have decided to bat first into the 12th over. They're under 70, losing 3. Time since the last boundary is 18. And they're going at a run rate of little under 6. Look at that, Mr. Irie. Fiery Irie. They get an overthrow. Yeah, but that's how much the pace of the game changes when this man's speed comes into play.
Firecracker. Pushed off the back foot. You can't get past him. You almost have to take off so early when you know the ball's anywhere around him. The thing that impresses me most about him, if you watch him field, is his lateral movements. He's very low to the ground, keeps that center of gravity very low as he approaches the ball, and he's super quick if he needs to power step right or left. Great lateral movement.
Great observation there, Monali. And also when he's batting on the turn for the second run, as you last time as well mentioned, so low he gets at the crease to take that turn for the second run. Yeah, good mix-up, good change-up, poor work by Binod Bhandari. Easy runs, freebies, 4 byes, go the Janakpur Bolts way. 8 runs coming off this over, 74 for 3. Yeah, you can see Karnali X have made it to qualifier 2. They beat the Chitwan Rhinos earlier in the day. Who will it be that will storm into the finals on the 21st of December in this encounter between the Royals and Janakpur Bulls? They're playing out a draw in the middle at the moment. And remember, the loser of this fixture will end up playing Karnali X in qualifier 2. And that'll be tomorrow afternoon. We'll be coming to you live once again. Wow, what a tournament it's been, Monali.
It's all to play for now. This is into the leg side. Pick up a run. All to play for. This morning we saw the Rhinos leave the tournament. Just didn't get their bowling combinations right today. Saif Zaid with his third.
He's been a very good team man to have in the side for the Royals. Cries of catch it. McMullen getting underneath this one. Should be easy. And it's been pouched as well. Zaid strikes. Tucker has to depart. And Mullen takes a very fine catch in the deep. Another one bites the dust for the Bulls.
That was never going to be a difficult catch. McMullen, a safe pair of hands. And you just complimented this man, Saif Ali Zaid. Getting the toe end of the bat, went high up in the air. Harsh Tucker in no control whatsoever to play that. It was a good delivery, and that's going to be the end of Harsh Tucker. And he continues to get starts, yet to go on to kick for a big one. He's gone for 12 today. It's 75 for 4.
Very good passage of play for the Sudurpaschim Royals. The pressure has been building and it eventually showed up with 23 deliveries since the last boundary. Tucker went for the big hit and perished. And this means that Jimmy Neesham walks out. And just the right man for the situation, and a good move as well to send him. A strike rate of 194, fastest 50 of 18 deliveries in the tournament. 65 against the Rhinos. That's where he raced to that 50 as well. He has the runs, he has the shots, but he needs some company at the other end. I wonder what his approach will be, Monali, from here on.
75 for 4. They're going at, again, 6 runs and over. He still has a little bit of time. Get his eye in, and then he can go for it. Something tells me he's going to be swinging from ball 1, though. Off the mark, picks up 2.
Yeah, you could sense that Jimmy Neesham has come out with a plan over here. He needs to blast his way to a couple of big hits. Yeah, just took that on the full. The bat turning in the hand, was a little slow on the turn. A quicker throw, and I reckon Jimmy Neesham would have been struggling a bit. And with the left arm spinner bowling into him, Neesham would want to believe this is the best opportunity to just free his arms. Smartly bowled.
Yeah, a good delivery to pick up the wicket of Harsh Tucker in this again. Allowing for 0 room. Jimmy Neesham to get under the ball.
Yeah, this partnership will need to grow and build. Another 2. Very nicely done. Good running.
Well, he's being put through the paces here. Again, very, very full. The advantage is he's a tall man. Long strides. Played an incredible knock the other day with that half century. Smashed them all around the park.
Yeah, I was just trying to go for that paddle. Maybe a scoop. Just change the shot at the very end. Nicely bowled. And a good over as well. 6 runs. He's the poster boy of Nepal cricket, Dipendra Singh Airi.
Started this over well. Again, keeping it wide and full, allowing for no room to get under.
Playing across the line. Could have easily been wicket number 5 here.
You just sense something's got to give. Arnico 6 off 14.
Yeah, he's throwing his bat at everything, and the last thing you want to do, Monali, as a batter is put the pressure on Nisham to take things into his own hand and throw it away.
Well, we saw that this morning as well with the Rhinos. Ravi Bopara, lone man standing, just a bit too much for one person to do. Yeah, they were chasing. These guys are setting a total right now, setting a target. Everyone so far getting a start, and no one's gone on to kick on for a bigger score.
I met Dipendra Singh Airi a couple of days ago, and I told him, you're the Virat Kohli of Nepal cricket, and his friend tells me Virat Kohli is the Dipendra Singh Airi of Indian cricket. How nicely put. Indeed, he's got such a fan following here. Another quiet over. Only 4 runs coming off it. Not helping the bold scores at the moment. They'll need to find some big overs. 14 gone, 84 for 4. Yeah, the only time before this encounter when the Janakpur bowls batted first was against the Lumbini Lions. That was match number 14, and it was Harsh Thakur's 5 for 23. Jora found the fielder in the deep. Mahato with that catch. It was an absolute cliffhanger contest where the bowls won by 1 run.
Certainly trying hard. Using his feet, swinging at everything, but that strike rate is a bit worrisome for Arnico, going at 52. Ishan Pandey, 3 wickets so far, best of 2 for 11, batted really well in the last game.
He's my find for the Sudurpaschim Royals, Monali. Maturity that he's shown, the way he's absorbed pressure, the way he's taken responsibility in the middle overs. This will be a good contest. Ishan to Nisham. Yeah, don't flight it. Don't flight it, is the message given to him by his captain.
I think we saw what happens when you flight it to Jimmy Nisham in the last game. You will end up in the stands.
Well, if you drag it short, the result will be the same as well. Chest over Airi. He was in business for the longest time. I'm sure Nisham had his heart in his mouth as well. But that's the first 6 for the Janakpur bowls coming in the 15th over. Courtesy Nisham's bat.
You have to be so accurate when you bowl to this man. Dragged down, was able to get a free flow of those arms. That's another Siddhartha Bank maximum. What an effort in the deep as well. You'd expect nothing less from the big man. Well, that's the first one he's teed off on. 13 off 8, Jimmy Nisham. Very close to the 100 mark. Might see some overthrows. I think that's been one of the problems for me with the Royals. Yes, they're very active in the field, but they don't know when to hold the ball. Sometimes you just got to hold on, calm down, take a breath, hold the ball.
Are you referring to the hyperactiveness of the fielders sometime in the middle? Yeah, they have a spring in their stride, quite obviously. Much better. No collisions with Mr. Nisham. Arnico will have to be careful. They almost ran into each other.
I think we know who's going to win that contest.
Now look at that. only because they have not played with each other so much in the middle. They're lacking that coordination. 10 runs coming off over number 15. It's been a productive one for the Janakpur Bowl. Stage is set for Nisham to free his arms. Done with over number 15. It's 94 for 4.
So 5 to go. Game on the line. Nisham at the crease. Box office stuff here in the playoffs of the MPL. And who else would you want to be bowling but Dipender Singh Airi? Darren Goff joins me for the first time today. Goffy, great to be with you again, pal.
Oh, love it. Love being on with you, Lenny. Legend of Nepal. And here we go. Jimmy Neesham's come to the party. If I'm his coach, I'm wanting him to go in with 10 to go all day long. But you can't rely on one man. But to be fair, if they want to get a good total here, it's going to be down to this man, Jimmy Neesham. He can be very, very destructive.
Young Arniko Yadav has played a curious innings, isn't he? Just 11 off 19. But I just can't understand for the life of me why it wasn't Nisham at 5, or if it wasn't going to be Nisham, why wasn't it Mohammed Mohsin, who's played a few nice cameos?
Yeah, strange setup, full stop. I think Hashtaka was a strange innings. Arniko Yadav, strange innings. And it gives Jimmy Neesham with no choice to come to the crease and go straight away, basically.
And I think both you and I still think this is a very good surface. Oh, this is going to be close and given. It is Dipender Singh Airi's world. We're just living in it, Darren Goff. He does it again. Bat, ball are in the field. All 3 dimensions. The Tiger roars once more.
Well, you're definitely right about that. We've talked about the impact he has. He lifts his team and he fires another one in. Nothing but middle stump. Absolutely dead. Plumb in front of middle. A strange innings comes to the end for Arniko Yadav. 11 from 20 balls. The Bolts struggling. 97 for 5.
Well, you would never believe we're in the middle of December. Just a week today to go to Christmas. And we have the most perfect winter sunshine. Must be 21, 22 degrees. This is like, well, I don't know about you in Yorkshire. In Dublin, this is the peak of the summer.
Well, I thought we were in the Caribbean this morning. Shorts, Speedos on, T-shirt, sunglasses. Beautiful morning. Absolute cracker. And it's brought the crowd in. The crowd have been electric, as you'd expect.
Oh, so nearly another for Airi. The big problem for Pupadu Dasanayaka now is Mohsin comes to the crease, but it's another left-hander. So Airi can just keep bowling at these lefties.
He does, and what he's done so well, Airi, is he fires it in, he mixes his pace up so well. He's a gun in the field, he's electric. With ball in hand, he's effective. And with the bat, he makes the opposition panic.
He can be lethal with the bat, can't he? I just love watching him play, like so many of the players here in this country. They're continuing to grow during this MPL. It's 99 for 5. Wickets have continued to fall throughout this innings. Remember, the Bolts won the toss and elected to bat first.
The right decision, it really was, but the pressure of batting first, you have to put runs on the board. And so far, it's been a strange innings, the way they've constructed it. They've just not got going at all.
Scotty Kuggelein still has 2 overs to go. I like the way Dipender Singh mixed around his bowlers. He hasn't needed to use all of Avinash Pahara because he's been so good himself with the ball. Dipender 2 for 15, the pick of the bowlers, safe save, good too. This will be a good battle here. Kiwi v Kiwi. And the slower ball completely outfoxes his former international colleague.
8 bowlers they've used, the Royals, and you'd think by now, after facing him so many times, domestic cricket in the nets, he'd pick his slower ball, but it were a good one. You're expecting the ball to come down at 86, 87 miles an hour, and he throws in a off spinner.
This one has turned, and credit to Bidad Bandari. Oh, right on the guideline. Nisham can't believe how far that's gone.
Well, Jimmy Camp over-exaggerates everything, doesn't he? Hey? He'd say a Mini was a Discovery Land Rover when he's batting. But what a tournament, 171 runs, strike rate 184. That was helped by his last knock, 65. Pretty special.
Yeah, came off only 24 balls and he